Now, restrictions keep us healthy and they keep us alive. And given the mess up of the last 3 times, they don't protect the economy in the way that they would do if we'd gone in really hard and really heavy from the very, very beginning. What really damages the economy is the constant toing and froing, the 1 step forward, 2 steps back, which is what we've seen so far. I think the vaccines change that model. This is the point Theo was making, characteristically clear fashion. The vaccines change that model so that there is a very realistic chance of this lockdown being the last lockdown. And the biggest threat to the likelihood of this lockdown being the last lockdown would be coming out of it too soon, wouldn't it? So this is a unique lockdown potentially, because it could be, it should be, and it, please God, will be the very last one. And that seems to me to be why this is not Groundhog Day. The vaccine situation makes a conversation about the lockdown, or should make any conversation about the lockdown, profoundly different from the last 3 conversations about lifting lockdowns, including the one that Brexit hardman said, Steve Baker said, should be lifted last November because the coronavirus had peaked. So what does that lead us to as a phone-in question? Well, I don't know, is the short answer. But we'll try this one for size. What do you think he should do? What do you think Boris Johnson should do? And bring in as much expertise, knowledge as you want, or as little, actually. It's a friendly conversation, this one. I presume there is a relationship for most of us between vaccination levels and lockdown liftings, lockdown restrictions. I'm afraid I don't buy the idea that just because my mum has been protected now, or my mum has received her first dose, I should be allowed to go to the pub. I don't quite understand that. Maybe I'm missing something. One of these days I'm going to say that on the radio, and I actually will have done. And you can ring me up and tell me what it is that I've missed. But the idea that once the vulnerable are vaccinated, then everybody else can go back to normal is as daft now as it was at the very beginning, when people claimed we should just lock the vulnerable people in a lead-lined box and everyone else can just crack on as normal. So, what do you think he should do next?